Hey guys, Luke here from basicgorilla.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Evilfish 303 by Sonic Faction. The Evilfish 303 is a soft synth for Ableton Live users, and it's actually based on the original hard synth, which was called the Devilfish 303, a very popular hard synth back in the day. And we have here a soft synth version of it that has a lot of sounds imported from the original hard synth, and that's what the guys at Sonic Faction have done for us. Really cool plugin. Let's check out how it sounds. So you can see here I've just made a very simple beat. And then you can see in track 1 where we have the Evilfish that we don't have any MIDI, but basically we have this random pattern generator that's going to provide melodies for us. So let's check that out. So really simple interface, very easy to use. Increasing the cutoff here, if I go over to the filter tab, you can see that graphically. You can control resonance, of course. And then envelope amount. So we're assigning an envelope to this filter, and you can see the filter envelope here. You can see its attack, decay, sustain, and release levels. And we can control the filter decay there. We can control the envelope amount. It's bipolar, so we could have it minus 72 or plus 72. You can also control it down here. So you can see how easy it is to get some really great sounds coming out of this thing instantly. And then the accent volume. Now, within this filter envelope, we also have the ability to control the slope. So there's the attack slope, decay slope, and the release slope. Cool, okay. Now let's just change the pattern. So I'm going to come over to generator and click on this big red button, and that's going to generate a completely new random pattern. And let's come over to presets and change to a different sound. So I'm going to go with dad bass. And we can work with this. I'm going to come over to the effects tab next and just bring down the reverb time. We're going to look at that more later. So right now what I've done is I've covered the filter tab, but I want to explain what's going on in this box here. You can see we have filter morph. And you can see graphically what's happening in this box. We're morphing between a low pass to a band pass to a high pass to a notch. So this is really cool, really handy. We can change the filter type from 12 decibels per octave to 24. Increase the resonance here. Okay, you can see saw and square in the waveform here. So the guys at Sonic Faction sampled different levels of the Devilfish's analog overdrive, which is not actually available in the original 303. So with saw, you go from levels 1 through 4, and then square is levels 5 through 8. The Evilfish 303 has separate controls for accented notes as well, meaning you can separately control the volume and the decay of accented notes in a pattern. And you can also link the decay to the Amplitude Envelope with this button here. Let's just change up the generator again, change up the pattern. It's pretty cool. Let's choose a different preset. So this time I'm going to go with, let's see, we could go with a lead. So we could try What Are You? Let's take a look at this envelope window here. You can see we have the amplitude envelope. So there's the attack, decay, sustain and release. And again, on the right side, we have the attack slope, the decay slope, and the release slope. And you can link this to the filter if you want to. Next we have this pitch envelope, so you can increase the amount up to 48 semitones. Let's bring the decay down. So having a quick attack and then a fairly quick decay can give a nice punch to every note. So that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so this is the envelope window. Next we're going to take a look at the shape. This is really cool. We have here a shaper that adds distortion. So right now we're in a hard shaper at about 70%. Bring that down there. Let's take a look at soft shaper. Sine shaper, and then the 4-bit shaper. And we also have frequency modulation. Now this is super cool. What we can do here is increase the amount of frequency modulation, and we can choose a different waveform to modulate the frequency. So if I choose a sine wave to modulate the frequency of the sound we're hearing and increase the amount, we could try a triangle. We can also change the coarse tuning of this frequency modulation. Right now it's on 2. And then you can also control the attack, decay, sustain and release of the frequency modulation. So very simple, very easy to use interface. We can also switch between frequency modulation and AM. So some really nice features there. Let's move on. And as we move on to the LFO window, I'm actually going to change up the pattern again. So in the LFO tab, we have 2 different LFOs. Okay, so we have LFO1, and you can control the rate in hertz or synchronized, and you can choose the type of LFO. So I'm going to go with a sine wave, and I want to assign it to the amplitude or the filter or the pan. Let's increase the rate. Pitch. Okay, so you get the idea, and we have a second LFO here that we can assign to many different targets. They can even be assigned to FX. They can be assigned to many different parameters within the synth. Okay, moving on, we're going to look at the effects tab now. So we have a saturator. Let's go with hard. Increase the frequency. We have a frequency shifter. Resonator. And you can choose the root. that off for now. We have Redux, and you can choose between soft and hard. Reverb, percentage of dry wet, and also the time. Autopan. Let's bring that down to off. And then decay or delay. So I'm going to leave the feedback off on that as well. And now the generator tab. So let's change up the random pattern again. Okay, so say this one, and I'm just going to change the preset while we're at it again to keep things a bit more interesting. FX, just going to reduce the reverb amount. Okay, so on the generator tab, we can choose the length of the pattern in beats. So 16 beats, or 12, or 8, for example, or something random. Then you can change the busy level. So let's try this. Go back to 16. So you could automate this business level. For example, we could have it on 4 and then go up to 7 and back down to 4. You can control the swing amount and the transpose. And then the presets window we've already looked at, you can click on random, or you can choose from different effects, leads, and bass. Sounds pretty cool. I'll just bring the level down a bit. You can actually morph between different presets. So if you assigned a preset to here, then you would be able to morph between them. Okay, so that concludes this video on Sonic Faction's Evilfish 303. I hope you've enjoyed this. I think this is an excellent preset. And not only does it have this random pattern generator, but you could deactivate that and come up with bass lines or melodies of your own. And then you could completely sculpt the sound using this synth. So very powerful, very easy to use, and a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, and speak to you soon.